What's up, everybody? You guys are doing great today. Today is the 16th of February, and we are live. Appreciate everybody joining in, tuning in. Make sure everything is good here. Everybody hear me? If you can hear me, give me a little thumbs up, a little yes. Just make sure everything's good to go there. Make sure everything is good here. Okay, I think that's good. No, am I too loud? I think I'm a little too loud here. I'm still trying to get the live streams dialed in, right? I got the videos dialed in. The live streams are a little bit working on them. It's a work in progress. But today we got one final reminder, and I mean, I am considering, appreciate that thumbs up. I have a consideration, but I don't know yet. But as of right now, we're closing in I think it's 2 hours. Where are we at here? Let's see. Where's the page? 1 hour and 58 minutes. So 1 hour and 58 minutes until beta closes. So yeah, beta will close in 1 hour and 58 minutes. So someone from Toronto just joined. So that's actually really cool to always see that. Anybody else? Who else joined? Rob from Rockland, probably, I don't know what that is, Oregon, maybe? So welcome, Rob. I think we got some, Denise is in. So again, these are all beta access members joining today. We're actually getting a flood of members in today. So if you are interested in beta access to snap trades, today's the day. Today is the day. We have a 30-day money back guarantee. So if you're, that's the kind of stuff you worry about, which I wouldn't. This thing's been on a absolute tear. It's been rocking. Look at it on Palantir. I was just doing some studying this morning, and it just continues to amaze me just how good the snap trade is right now. So these morning orb trades, they're crushing it. They're absolutely crushing it right now. And I believe that a lot of it has to do with volatility. There's big volatility in the markets. And when you get that, a morning range breakout strategy is what you want to be trading. So this is the strategy you want to be trading today. Now the markets are closed. Stock market is closed. We do have some other markets that are open. So, if you're a Forex trader, those are open. So I believe we just actually had one on Euro. Was it Euro dollar? No, we got a snap short. So I was looking actually for a long. I was talking with Michael, my main Forex guy, and I don't know if he's in here right now. Join 297 best investment ever made. Awesome. Welcome to the club, and I hope we continue this run. What a run it was last week. We nailed so many great trades, and I think we're going to continue it. But Euro dollar, just if you're Forex, anybody Forex in here, we just got a short. So I was talking with Michael, we were actually looking for a long here. So we actually just got a short. So we'll see what Euro dollar does here. There's actually, I actually tend to agree with him as well. The long side looked really good. We actually got some, there's a target rate here, I guess, that would be a good area to probably a little bit of a bounce. Probably a little bit of a bounce right here. I could see something like that. So I don't know. That probably won't even hit our profit target. But anyways, that's beside the point. We don't got a lot of we don't got a ton of action today, obviously live, because the markets were closed. So I was talking with my team, and then I realized something. I was like, wait a minute, Monday's President's Day. We're actually not even trading Monday. So So oopsie daisy. So I wanted to kind of close snap trades out with a bang, with a couple, live winners, with a couple, a couple $100, a couple winners in a row or something like that. So, tomorrow, maybe we'll keep it over tomorrow, but I don't know. So as of right now, we are going to be closing it today. So let me just, if anybody here is new and hasn't seen any of our, so if you are a Snap Trade member, I do apologize. You already heard this. You already know this, but it's good to kind of get a refresh. And also any Snap Trade members, like Julio, if you have any questions, you also be sure to let me know in here, because this isn't just for this is just for non-members or anything like that. I want you guys in here, chatting, making sure that, I'm answering any question that you have about it. And then I also plan on doing some more live members only sessions with you guys here in the next coming weeks. So be on the lookout for that. Probably what I'll do is just go right live inside the alert group, maybe even like a quick little Zoom call. So I'll get some feedback from you guys, maybe get a time that's best for everybody. Obviously I can't do a time that's perfect for every single person, but what I'll probably end up doing, since this is a morning system, I'll probably just go live in the morning sometime with you guys. So be on the lookout for that. Any new members, you'll be getting access to that as well, obviously. All any new members that come in today. So we're going to talk about, I'm just going to just briefly cover through snap trades, and I'm going to show you some recent results. So I've been talking about that. I've been saying, it's been crushing it the last couple weeks. Well, why am I saying that? I'm going to show you some of the stats, in particular QQQ and SPY. I mean, I haven't seen a morning system like it. I've been doing this for a very long time. I've been learning new strategies. I've worked with every single type of tool you can actually think of. And I'm not even kidding you. We've had strategies for MACD and RSIs, moving averages, volume, and I still love all of those different types of tools. But the one thing that I believe that will continue to prosper as there is volatility in these markets is this snap trades. And so this right here, what you see on the screen where it snaps out of that range, it is a morning opening range breakout strategy, which a lot of folks call ORB. I call it snap trades because we have, in particular, right now we have two smart filters that essentially it doesn't trigger until it meets that criteria. We are going to be adding more. We're going to be dialing in. I don't want mediocre trades. I want the best of the best. And so we're going to continue to dial in these. That's why we open it up for beta. Right now we are sitting at a 75% win rate. Now this was in particular this was in a 30-day time period. I believe it was from December 25th to January 25th. And again, past results do not equal future returns. There's no guarantees. But this thing is on a roll, and let's keep this going. So here's snap trades. So what we do is we wait 15 minutes. So these pink candles right here, these are 5-minute candles. So 5, 5, and 5, 5, 10, 15. You wait for those, and then it creates a range. And so when there is a range, now you actually have almost like what you would consider a resistance and support. And you guys know how much I love resistance and support. But what happens is when it breaks out of these, it snaps out, and it does. And typically what we're seeing with a lot of tickers like this, sometimes it'll even come back in a little bit. Now we do have a stop loss that's a decent stop loss that it's tight. It is a tight stop loss, but I think it's enough a lot of times where it keeps you in. And then when you see these big moves, I mean, man, it's crushing it. It's absolutely crushing it. So, but anyways, that is really the basics of this system. It's in the morning. We only trade in the mornings. We have an alert group, so you get pretty much any alert that you want on your mobile device. So say you're at work, you work at a factory job, or you're out and about doing some errands, whatever, and you're going to get all the alerts right there. It even has it has everything: take profit, stop loss, and the exact alert up or down. So the wait. So what do? So we wait. So we check out this chart. This is a Walmart chart. So most traders getting chopped. So they're getting chopped out of here. So say we would have got in right here, that would have been a stop loss hit. That would have been out. We would have been gonzo. So, and I think some orb traders would be trying to get in here, trying to get in here. Like, and I guess I guess it depends on your strategy with orb, but ours, we're waiting for this confirmation above this line right here, plus a breakout, plus the VIX needs to be at a specific level. Over 15 is what we have our starting criteria. And then this was a nice little quick 37% gain on Walmart, just 15 minutes. That would have been an options trade. And again, right here, opening chop is designed to wreck you. Check out this morning range. What a beautiful breakout, strong breakout to the upside on Intel, and boom, what a great trade this one. So the secret sauce, what's the secret? What is the secret sauce of snap trades? So we ignore all the noise. Very, very particular time in the markets that there is a lot of chop. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of things happening. And that's 9:30 to 9:45. That's where all the orders are just flowing in. That's where a lot of institutions, a lot of big money that's buying and looking for stops. They like to do that. They like to look for your stop loss in the mornings. And that's exactly what happens in the first 15 minutes. I'm not saying it doesn't happen after that, but the majority is happening right there. That's a lot of volatility. There's a lot of things happening at that time range. And so that's why you got to wait. So then there is a trap box. Obviously, it draws the highs and the lows. And then the trend glow, which is where it filters. So this is what a typical, so say you got snap trades today and you're looking to trade the markets tomorrow, right? You load it up, you get it, you listen to what I'm saying today and you like it. It's like, okay, I want to trade this tomorrow. Well, here's what's going to happen. So tomorrow, right at 9:30, you're going to be waiting. So the snap zone forms at the opening range develops. So essentially at 9:45, you're going to start to see the range from the high and the low come into the chart. Now, and then the filter, the trend glow filter will detect, or it'll let you know if it's okay to get in or out. And so what that is essentially is this right here. So the price needs to be above this for a buy. Okay. And then it needs to be below this for a sell. So if there is overall, this particular whatever it is, Tesla, Apple, SPY, whatever it is, it's got to have momentum in our way, and we saw that take place last week. It got us out of a really interesting play on SPY because of that. So I think this filter is really important. So that's not a normal filter that you would see typically with a strategy like this, but we implemented it because it really helps. It helps the win rate, and it helps get you in and out of some of these trades. That's the second one. So you're going to be making sure that it's above or below. And then 3, confirmation. Snap Trades highlights the breakout candle, so you actually get the alert. You'll get the alert. You'll get the candle breakout, so you'll see exactly where it says buy. This is actually a strategy in TradingView, so it's not 100% automated. So you can't just say, okay, take the trade when there's a strategy. What I like about the strategy though is you can go back for a couple years and see how it's been doing on specific things. So what I've been doing is I've been really hammering the last 90, 60, and 30 days, and I've been really watching what's been performing. What we actually just told our members inside. So if you're a member and you saw that message, I'm going to be taking would be taking hitless tickers, stocks, whatever, forex pairs, or even, crypto, whatever it is. I'm going to be taking them in and out of the list based on how they've been performing recently. And there is a reason for that, is because there's going to be rotations. So the stock market, think about this, right? There is a big wheel, right? And it's always, not always, but a lot of times it'll rotate into different sectors, small caps, mags, things like that. So right now, think about it. I was just thinking about it with Apple. Apple is not doing very well with this morning range breakout, but I believe that when the mags start to get some more momentum and start to get in more, because right now there's a lot of chop. Once they get some momentum in one direction, either up or to the downside, I think there's some upside coming with these markets. I don't know if we got one more push down. I was actually looking at SPY. Recently, and we got a very pivotal moment right now on the S&P 500. Is it gonna finally break out of this chop, or are we going to go down and hit one of these levels? A lot of folks are saying that, we're going to start to hit some of these levels. So there is a key level. There's a key level right here and then right here. So this is the major one. This is the major. Let's just go that. And then this is kind of like the minor level. So we could hit this one this could even be just like a single day, right? This week. Or two, because that's not very far down. That's not very far down at all. That is what do we got here? Let's see, price range. We got, that's only that could be a day move. This would be a little bit bigger of a move down here at 653. So what is great about snap trades? Okay. And because I've been trying to time these dips. I've been trying to get into longer dated call options that I like, tickers that I like, and then we're seeing all this chop, and so you really can only hold some of these for a couple days before it's like, is this thing gonna die? Like Apple, like we got in on Apple on this nice little run here, and then it just kind of went sideways. And once we broke this is actually when we got in, and then I actually told our members, okay, let's go ahead and get out of this because I don't like where it's plateauing, and then all of a sudden it just dies. So that's what we're seeing right now in the markets. This is not a small cap stock. This is one of the biggest companies. One of the biggest companies on the planet, and it just died 7% in 2 days. That's just bonkers to me. That's just absolute bonkers to me. So, we're really starting to see volatility. Remember what we did back here in April. This is looking very similar. So are we gonna and watch for this movie. So if you're in Snap, when you do get in Snap, put this thing on the daily. This is actually something that I've been really watching as well, is this moving average. This thing, look what happens whenever it flips. Bad, not good whenever it flips, or it'll bounce. And so you got two potential options, right? It could bounce at this level, or it could break it, right? It could break it pretty hard. So, but look at these. It really respects this. So this is a very important level. This time it bounced. Honestly, what I think could happen is, so we got our bounce here, went up, and then retested it, and then broke. We got our bounce here, went up. Are we going to retest? If we retest, it could break. So that's on Apple. So beware of that. Beware of the markets. The markets are in a load of trouble if we start to break down on some of these levels. So that's my quick little analysis on the S&P 500. But this isn't about longer dated. What are we going to do, 2 months from now? What call option should we take now to maybe potentially go back to all-time highs or this or that? While I do love those strategies, this Snap Trades is not about that. Snap Trades is about the 5-minute chart, and we're doing these quick in and out. Look at this. And so let's get down to the nitty gritty. Let's go actually see what it has been doing inside some of these tickers. And by the way, how many minutes are we away from? So we got 1 hour. I should put this somewhere. put this right there. No, but we got 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 22 seconds. And I'm going to talk to my team. And I don't like how we're not live, or we're not the markets. I want to be trading SPY right now, right? Like, come on, man. What's this President's Day all about? No, it's fine. But what I do say is that, this was the original plan, 1 hour for 39 minutes. I want to talk to my team and see what we want to do. But if you want in on snap trades, that is guaranteed. We will keep it open. There is the link in the description and chat. So go ahead and at any time, if you want, go ahead and check it out. We do welcome anybody who wants inside the beta membership, because this thing's been on a roll. So let's get back to the charts. So here was Thursday. So Friday we actually did not get a trade. So I'm actually surprised that we didn't get the breakout right here. I don't know if the criteria, I don't think all the criteria. Oh, you know what happened? I know exactly what happened. So you may be thinking, okay, here's the range and there's the breakout, right? So honestly, a nice breakout here, but then pulled right back in. I believe we would have got stopped out there. I don't know for certain, but here's why this didn't alert. Can anybody guess? I'm actually gonna try to get some feedback here. Can anybody guess why this SPY signal, anybody, members or anybody that's in here, why it would have not got into a buy here? You get brownie points, you get bonus points if you get this right. Anybody at all? Anybody know why this wouldn't have, why right here on this breakout we did not get a buy signal? There's a very particular reason. So low volume, no, good answer, but that's not it. It's something that I covered just a couple minutes ago. It's right there on the screen. I mean, you can see it just screaming at us. It's screaming at us. Think about momentum. MA above. That's it, Robert. You got it. The moving average. So this right here. So the price right here is below it. So that means we are only looking for sell trades. So even if we break above this range, even if we break above it, we're still only looking for sell trades. Like, we're not going to be trading a buy until we get above this momentum line. I call it the momentum line. It's just a simple moving average. But that's it. That is it. And so the price needs to, it needed to break above us. It did not. And in fact, it would have been a nice trade. I mean, I don't like how it would have came back in. So say we got in, let's just say this candle right here. We might have been fine, actually. So this could have been a winner. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because we're only looking for momentum to the short. It's not even that. It's not even like it. The momentum doesn't need to be there the last 90 180 days. It just needs to be there the last few days. And so what direction are we going? And so you see this chop right here. A lot of times if it's hanging out on the chop, we don't want to be trading that. But look what happens when it breaks this momentum line. Once it breaks this moving average. So this was a strong breakdown. And actually, we could have gotten in at a better price, but it waited for the momentum to go this way, and what a trade! I mean, beautiful little breakdown right there. So that was on Wednesday, which I believe I caught that one for 34%. I think that was one of the ones. And then again, right here, breakdown. So this was a nice break below the range. Kind of chopped here at the moving average, kind of chopped right there, and then see you later. So it actually broke down far enough right here that it actually got us the signal. So this was our sell signal, and then a nice move down, and then this is the exit. So beautiful trades. That's two. That was on the SPY, and then like I said, Friday we did not get. I wanted the SPY on Friday. Did we get QQQ on Friday? Same thing on QQQ. We did not. So it was the same. It was the same deal. It actually went up and touched this moving average, but it did not trigger a buy because we were below that. But then, yeah, we had a couple really nice trades as well in QQQ. Look at this. Beautiful. I mean, that's a textbook breakdown right there. And it just, honestly, it continued. It just continued. It didn't even stop. Didn't even stop till it came down here at around 601. So that's pretty crazy. And then another one, yeah. So it's pretty much what the QQQ and SPY has been doing. They've been doing around the same. Wait, is this is the SPY, right? But look at this. 14 trades, 11 winners, 3 losses, 78% with a profit factor of 4.6. That is from January 17th to February 16th. So obviously the last couple of days we haven't had a trade, but a lot of trades. Very good. Very, very good. I mean, insane, actually. Like absolutely insane. So a lot of really good winners. And I love the strategy tester because, you can really, you can really see pretty much what it's been doing. And what I like about this is we're taking the trades exactly when the exit and the entry is. So there really isn't any kind of wiggle room. It's just all about this is essentially what your win rate would be if you're dialed in and you're keeping up on the alerts all the time, which to me, I mean, you could be anywhere on Earth, planet Earth, as long as you have a cell phone and an internet connection. You're going to be getting this exact alert, and you'll be able to grab. Now, the only thing you're going to need is what the option will be. And remember, we're in beta, but I would love nothing more to put. So let me put it the snap trades here. So I would love nothing more than to put. Let's just go. We had a couple stops right here. Let's just say GLD, right? Entry, stop, target. What I would like, and this is something that our team's going to be working on. I would love to have the actual option, right? So right now we have a, and I can even, we could probably put a placeholder in there. It's actually not a bad idea. But we have a recommended option that we would take in a guide, a nice little guide, but it would be nice to put that alert in there. But again, that's why we're in beta, and that's why we have some of these ideas we'll put to work very soon, but as it continues. All right, so let's look at something that I found today, actually this morning, and I just added it into our alert group, Palantir. It's been insane. So the last 30 days, so January 17th, February 16th, we've had 11 trades, 8 winners, 2 losses. Or is that 2 losses? 9, 10, 3 losses. My math is not mathing today. But yeah, these are all, 3 losses. These are all the trades. But what I want to highlight here is the profit factor, 6.2. This is a profit factor of 6.2. Do you guys understand? Anybody need me to explain profit factor? I can explain this. I can even explain this briefly. So profit factor, and you can even click on here. It's the amount of money a strategy made for every unit of money lost. Gross profits divided by gross losses. So essentially, this is almost like a risk to reward, right? In other words, you could look at it as a risk to reward type. And so anything above 2 is you're winning. You're doing well. You're doing very well with a profit factor of 2. Anything above 3, you're insane. And then this is bonkers. This is bonkers. I don't know how else to say it. It's bonkers. and I was looking, I was like, how did this even happen? And look at this. It even lost this one right here. Imagine if it caught that. So that was our tight stop loss. We had a sell here, and then we had a real tight stop loss here. So this was a loss, but man, it still moved in that direction. Just missed that one. But I mean, look at these morning range breakouts on Palantir. Palantir has been very volatile. Look at all this volume every morning. This is what you want. That's what you want. All that volume coming in. And what's happening is that it's just dying. It's literally been dying. Straight down. Straight up. And there's so much volatility that when it does break these ranges, it's been shooting up and down. And so then we've been actually catching that. We've been able to catch that the last few days. And I think the big contributor. And so look at our moving average. Perfect. What a perfect. I mean, if you want to talk about a perfect time for it to switch, it's right here on this big gap down, and it just died here. But I mean, Palantir's just been getting hammered, and we've been catching a lot of those breakdowns. So we've been catching a lot of those. That would have been put position. So I actually this actually wasn't even a hit list stock, but it's just been. I mean, look at these trades. Look at this one. What a beautiful range breakout. Went right above our moving average here. So we finally got some. We flipped from sell momentum to buy momentum. And then a beautiful buy trade right here. Buy and then sell. And that's all we're looking for. We're looking for this small piece. I don't know why my pen is like massive now. Yeah, we're looking for that small little piece right there. And that's it. And so, like, say you're in an option, right? So this is so basically we have a 3 and then to a 1. And sometimes it'll be a little bit bigger. That's why we have that prop factor of 6. So this is anywhere from, and I went over this before, but anywhere from 20% to 30% you're going to be getting on these options. And then losses are usually 10. Sometimes it'll be like 15 if it's a bigger loss, or if it's like a real stronger type move. But your winners are outperforming your losses. And there are times where you can get a little bit crazy and hold it. What's going on with my mouse? Hold it a little bit longer. It's not something that I highly recommend. I recommend getting in and out of either the exit or the EOD exit. And so there's actually 2 different exits. Let me actually cover that. So so the longest we're in a trade is 12 o'clock. Or I think it's 12:05. So this right here is an EOD. EOD is a end of day exit. So this trade actually signaled pretty late in the day. This was probably like 11:45. So this only would have been a 15-minute at maximum. So 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, this was like a 25-minute trade. So we don't hold these trades after 12 o'clock. And now this actually was a bad example because look at how much it moved. But a lot of the times what you'll see is a stock that goes like this. Boom, there's our win, or there's our move, and then it'll just go like this the rest of the day. Or sometimes it'll go right back into where it was. And so we kind of want to avoid this, and we want to avoid that. But this example, it actually continued down. But there's several examples that I've shared before where EOD was a great exit. A lot of these just hit signal on the SP. Excuse me, on the SPY. But yeah, here's the EOD. Did continue. There's an exit long, but this was right around. This was essentially an end of day exit. So this is what I was talking about. This is what a lot of times you'll see. The move happened here. So here's our move. Take the money, and then now sideways. Why would you want to be holding a an option, a very short dated option on this chop right here. We only want this move. And so that's essentially kind of the idea behind this is we're only ever holding it until 12 o'clock. Makes sense? Hopefully it makes sense. That's another little, instead of trading this orb, multi-day, we're literally out at noon. Do we trade the SPX? SPX SPY. Let me look at the SPX as well. Let's update the report. Still doing well. 8 of 14. The last 30 days. Power factor of 2.3. I have no problem with that. 57% win rate. Not terrible. That's doing better with the SPY. I can imagine that. It's very similar to the SPY. SPY is still doing a little bit better than it though. But yeah, SPX is perfect. I mean, look at this. Look at that range breakout, and that just died. Same thing right here. So I mean, look at these moves. Like, would you rather trade this, or would you want to trade this junk? I mean that's not something that you want to be trading. Typically, midday is what happens, and so that's why trading in the mornings is just so great to me, because you're in and out. You're getting the volatility, especially if you're wanting to scalp. You don't want to scalp this. You want to scalp this and that. And sometimes the end of the day could be very, very interesting as well. But yeah, this particular strategy we are just doing in the mornings. So great question, Susan. Great question. But yeah, works on that. Let's see, what else can we cover? I did want to look at a live ticker. Let's see what we're doing on gold. Okay, so we did get a snap on gold. The issue with gold right now is it's kind of been very bad. Decent profit factor, but the win rate's been terrible. 5 of 19. It had a couple of nice winners here from the 29th into the 4th. But yeah, it's been kind of meh on gold. Not the greatest. Overall, though, this is a nice little run. What's this? So this is from... That's a nice run right there. That's a really nice run. So from July 7th until November 12th. Let's actually look at that. So from July... Let's just check this out. I like doing this. I mean, it's not like, it's not foolproof. November 12th. That was kind of the big run I had on gold. 53, 1.8%. Still not bad. Not terrible. But yeah, overall, the last 30 days, it's been kind of just mediocre on gold. I have been trading it on GLD though. GLD's been pretty good. And it just makes sense because, GLD, GDX, they have, they're moving a lot in the mornings. That's a lot of the momentum moves with it. But so far we got a short on, I was actually looking at this. There's a trend line right here. So this could be actually a nice short on gold. And I didn't quite break it. I mean, it's almost there. Is right at that trend line. So, if it breaks this, look for gold to come down here to 4,800. Right into this trend line. It also has a nice little potential move to the upside here. Let me turn on one of my tools. Yeah, a lot of open space as well. A lot of open space. Okay, that's cool right now. You guys have any if you guys have any questions, let me know. Or if you want to see a specific ticker, if you got a ticker that you have in mind, if you got a forex pair, if you got a whatever you want, let me know in the chat. But yeah, gold right here. This is a very big open space. So you're gonna be. I've been doing a lot of volume profile analysis, and I came up with a really awesome tool, honestly. So you'll probably be seeing this a little bit more here very soon. And what I've been trying to focus on is I call it open spaces. And so this isn't snap trades. This is just a this is just a little freebie. But I've been focused on open spaces. And so if you see this small, there's not a lot of volume above here. So this is gold. This is a very interesting gold chart to me. So if price comes up into this area, so say it bounces, it comes up into this area, we have some resistance here. There is nothing holding it back above here. Absolutely nothing. And this is a lot of chop right here that it would potentially want to go sideways in. So this is a very intriguing chart. So if gold can get out of this, what it needs to do. So essentially, this will open your eyes. The volume profile. I recommend you guys do volume profile. Anybody at any level needs to be looking at the volume profile. And TradingView has a simple one. It just looks like this. It's called the fixed range volume profile, and you can find it over here in the tools, wherever it is. I have it saved, so I always lose it. That's why I have everything saved. Where is it? It's not here. Oh, it's right here. So it's under this under the volume based. And it's called fixed range volume profile. So you can do it yourself. And essentially what it'll do is it'll map out where all of the volume has been in that range. And so a lot of the times what you'll notice is that it'll chop in those areas. And so what I actually designed something myself that is better because I like hacking these systems and doing it myself. And so what I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be having alerts right here. So as soon as it gets into I call it an open space. I want to be alerted. I want to know that. I want to know if it's coming into an open space or not. So there's a couple open spaces above and below. And what happens with price when they come in open space is that they want to gravitate towards it. They want to gravitate towards it. And a lot of times when you see, so let's just go, for example, this, right? This is a discovery zone. This was a crazy breakout, so much open space. And so, I don't know what happened. Sometimes the replay doesn't work with this thing. I don't know why. But anyways, sometimes what'll happen, let me see if I can do this at the top, is that, let's see if it'll do it, is that it'll just, this was just such a parabolic move that they never had time to get any kind of volume at a specific price. This was the only one that, and it kind of chilled at, and this was the big pullback on gold. But aside from that, there wasn't a lot of space. And look what happened on gold whenever it did that parabolic move, and there wasn't any level except for this one right here. And it stopped there for a bit, and then it just went straight back into the high volume area. But yeah, I can talk about I can talk about this stuff all day long. I love I love this. This is to me, it is changing the way I'm actually looking at charts, in a good way. And so I think every trader needs to have volume profile on the charts. I've been studying it for the last And it's not like I've always used volume profile. I've always liked the looking at this kind of where all the big time volume comes in, but I never really had a reason. Like, okay, it's like, okay, yeah, there's a lot of volume there, but now what? You know, this kind of puts a different perspective. So, but anyways, that's my cool little tool that I'll be talking about later on. But right now we're talking about snap trades. So yeah, gold. I mean, you know. Euro dollar, this is the same one. I was hoping for a buy here on euro dollar, to be honest. So not a lot of excitement on the charts today, just because, you know, we haven't had the opportunity with I like trading this thing on stocks. So, but we do have we have a couple forex pairs. Let's see if anything's happening on the forex. So there is so USD yen, it broke out above. Nice little snap right there, above the moving average. Euro dollar still on that sell. This one was a exit for a loss. That's pound yen. And again, none of these are on my hit list, but it's always cool to kind of look around, see what's going on, see if anything is happening. It's an interesting one. Euro Swissy, Aussie dollar, or no, this is Aussie CAD. Oh, there's a Euro. What is this? Euro New Zealand. So a break above. Nice little momentum. Do snap trades work on forex when they trade 24? Yes, snap trades is working right now. This is a live trade on Euro New Zealand. So it's just one thing you can do. You know, if you want to just work with different sessions, because a lot of times with forex, price will move quickly at the start of each session. So New York session, London session. Let me look here. Let me see if I can find one real quick. Forex. Let's see. So yes, you can actually change it to, and this isn't the greatest. It's not something that you can change it to start at like 8, right? At 8 o'clock or whatever time the New York session would start, or the London or the Asian. And then you can actually adjust that here. So the snap range, you can actually adjust the snap range, and then the trading hour. So pretty cool. I haven't messed with this a lot, honestly, with forex. I just left it at default at the 9:30 start, because honestly, forex, I mean, if you look at euro dollar, of course today there's not going to be a lot of volatility because, you know, the stock market is not open. But you know, the dollar and the dollar will move whatever the, you know, stocks are doing. They will coincide with each other. So a lot of time you'll see a big move on, you know, the SP 500, and then the same thing will do with the strength of dollar. CAD yen tried to go short. Some of these were nice. They're all kind of pulling back though. So yeah, I mean, to me, I don't really focus on snap with forex right now. I mean, we can. What I would want to do, because I don't really do any kind of forex stuff much anymore. I would like to get a forex expert. So we have a couple. We have some on our team that's very proficient in forex. So I'd like to get a forex expert on that instead of just being like, oh yeah, I think this might work. So, and I think that's important. I think that's important with trading, is you have to be hyper focused on. You know, there are a lot of folks that'll try, hey, I like to trade futures, and then I'm gonna dabble with crypto. I'm gonna do some little bit of prop trading with forex. Then I'm gonna jump over here to options trading. And when you start to do that, because I've experienced it myself, when you start to do that, things start to get a little watered down, and you lose you lose a lot with that. I think you lose a lot. You start to, everything kind of just starts to jumble together. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I just think that it's good to study different markets and even dabble with things here and there. I'm always dabbling. But at the end of the day, when you really want to start to dial in some trades and get really consistent, hyper focusing on one thing is really important. So I think that's what I wanted to say there. So, but yeah, that's why I think the morning trading hour, like for me with snap trades, I mean, this just makes sense to just for me to continue to use this in the morning hours. Now, if I want to do longer dated, trade ideas, I'm going to be using my trend line tool. I'm going to be using triangles, right? Tri Trader. I'll be using a lot of these other tools like that. But as far as this short little 5-minute trades, yeah, I'm going to be doing snap trades. I'm not going to be down there on these lower time frames without a system like snap trades. There's just no reason to. There's absolutely no reason to. I mean, it's such a perfect time of the day as well. And especially when it's volatility. Now, VIX. The VIX needs to be at levels that make sense. So right now, VIX is at a perfect time for us to continue to trade snap trades. What I've been noticing, there's a very interesting pattern on VIX. It's in this channel, and we just keep tagging this. But if you guys notice something, what's happening? We're continuing to go up, making higher lows. So what's that mean? That means that the volatility is just continuing to grow. This is from this is even before the beginning of the year. And we just continue to go up. And what exactly will that mean for, if we do end up breaking something? So like I was mentioning on the SP or on SPY, this could go parabolic. We could get one of these just crazy breakouts, and so just be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that on with these markets right now, because they are. I mean, this is a overall uptrend on the VIX. I mean, let's just be honest. It's going up. It just continues to hit this. Continues to hit it. So will we finally break this trend? And if it does, and we go below 15, snap trades is off the table until we get back above it. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, VIX needs to be above a level 15 before we're interested in snap trades. So, and if you go back in time, there's not a lot of times where it's not above 15. I just like it because, just get out. Just if there isn't a lot of volatility in the markets, we don't want to be trading this. There's a couple months of it. But if we get back into this time and I get a little antsy and I say, okay, well, maybe it does make sense for us to adjust this a little bit, then I'll dial it in. But with a system like this, you need volatility, and and adjusting it to below, then just adjusting it just so we can take trades. That don't make sense. The only thing that would make sense is if we adjust it because the trades are there. But if we start to if volatility is low, what you're going to see on the S&P 500, what you're going to see in the mornings. Let's just say this is the next morning. You're going to see an opening, and you're going to see this. And then the next day you're going to see the open down, and then this. Just not a lot of movement, like just nothing. You won't see those big breakouts like we have been doing. So that's kind of what happens when volatility is low. Not every day is going to be like that, because obviously volatility is going to have to find its way back up. But that's what you see when you see VIX really low. There's not a lot of movement. All right. Well, snap trades. We are we're coming into a close here. We got 1 hour. So I've been talking for an hour, man. Been talking for a whole hour on just different things. So we have 1 hour left for our official beta close. And has anybody joined since then? Let's actually refresh this and see. So we got Miko from Berkeley. I think that's how you say it. I always butcher these names. So I do apologize if I butcher your name. We got Andre. Welcome. That was 43 minutes ago. Yes, that was as we were talking. So welcome to Snap Trades. Welcome to the club. If you're interested, we got the pinned link. So, or I could just throw it in chat again. There is the link to join Snap Trades. What that's going to get you, let me actually cover, because I actually haven't even covered that. But if you go to this page, you're going to kind of see a little bit about it. You know, what we've been doing, some of the stuff that I've, even talked about today. But here's what I want you to focus on. So any beta member that joins today, you're going to get the following. You will get the beta access, which is essentially the indicator that I've been sharing to on the chart, the V12 algorithm. So we've had 12 variations. We'll probably have 12 more in the next 3 months, just with little tweaks and updates. I'm really excited about it. Honestly, I'm really excited for beta members, and I'm excited what we can continue to do with this. Got a little masterclass in there, so a little video training. The alerts app, we call it the app. It's just Telegram, so that's just kind of marketing. But that's Telegram, and essentially what Telegram is, you get it on your phone. You get it's essentially a text message. Options guide. So this is the guide where I highly recommend any options trader read thoroughly. This gives you the option. This gives you the exact option what we're taking. Or recommendation. That's the recommendation. And then later on, we will, what I would like for our alerts is to actually give you that option for you, which I think we can even do now. So I'm gonna look into that. And then pattern day trading is a thing still, which is annoying. Pattern day trade is very annoying. I'm still experiencing that in my small account. Anything under 25K. So if you're watching this later on and pattern day trading is not around, good. They're going to switch it. I believe they're going to be switching it to 2,000. So essentially, if you have anything over a $2,000 account, you'll be able to trade multiple times a day. I believe that'll be switched soon. So, but if not, and you're struggling with that, you can switch to cash account. And so that's kind of a recommendation. And then the hit list. These are all this is all the hit list tickers. SPY, QQQ, Palantir now, TR. And right now, that's it for beta access. That's all you would get with beta access. For one price, $297. So this will cover everything. And we have a very simple pricing on a lot of our systems. We don't charge monthlies. I mean, something like this. Like I know a guy who charges $497 a month for this. Not even anywhere close to this. No, I shouldn't say that. But no, but it's just one time. There isn't a continuation of monthly and yearlies or things like that. Now, after beta, there very well could be. I still don't love doing that, but what we'll probably end up doing, and maybe even instead, was this would just raise to something like, $797 or something. We'll see. We'll see. We have a lot of work to do with this, which obviously has a lot of costs. There's a lot of upfront costs to keep things like this updated, keep tweaking stuff. Yeah, right now, $297. So 5 years from now, nothing. You won't be paying anything at all. One-time fee forever. So that's Snap Trades. That's everything. You just got to click on this 30-day Snap Guarantee, which is what I want you to do. I want you to be trading this in the mornings. And if it's not for if it if it's not working for you, if our win rate's not as good as we're saying, if we're not doing as good as we are doing, you can get a refund for the first 30 days. So I think the next 30 days are going to be crazy though. I just think seeing that VIX chart, I think we have a lot of room. We still got a lot of volatility. So going back into this VIX chart, we got a lot of volatility still. All right, well, guys. Well, if you guys have any questions, let me know. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this thing. Let me make sure everything looks good here. Anybody, if there's any other questions or anything like that? No, I think we're good. I think we're good what I'm seeing here. But yeah, any other questions, throw them in chat. If not, I will see all you guys in there. I'll see all you guys in the members area. And it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time. Yeah, 59 minutes, and we'll see about closing this thing down. I still got to talk with my team. This was the time. I really wanted to end this with a bang, with a couple winners, right? So I might go live again tomorrow. We'll see. That's kind of my thought process I have right now. I want to show you guys anybody who really wants in. Maybe we'll do a little special. Anybody who comes in, we'll open it back up for you guys. We'll see though. But as of right now, 59 minutes, and we got this thing closed down. All right. Well, you guys have a great rest of your day. Hopefully, you guys have a great week. Hopefully, you guys have a great year. And if you're wanting to do some morning trades, come on and join us. We're gonna have a lot of fun here. We're gonna have a lot of fun. I don't know why that got deleted, but yeah, we will go. Oh, you might have said you might have said a keyword that gets blocked, but yeah, we are gonna be going live. Heck yeah. There you go. I think that word just gets blocked. I'm not sure. I got a pretty big, we have a pretty strong filter on it because there's a lot of toxic people out there in the world, and I don't deal with toxic people. Yeah, live tomorrow. Yeah, I'll go. Well, let's do that. Let's go live tomorrow. And same time, same place, 10 o'clock. We'll try 10 o'clock. And let's get some trades. Let's get some trades tomorrow. I'll be taking some, I'll be definitely be interested in taking some live ones as well. All right, guys. I'll see you tomorrow, or I'll see you whenever. If you're joining Snap Trades, I'll see you more. I'll be going live inside the alert groups. We'll do some Zoom calls. Anybody who has any question, we're gonna be looking at the feedback sheet so far, see what people like, see what people don't like, see what you guys are saying in there.